The final topic is about the Ember. What should they focus on, given that I think a lot of changes are happening, and your feedback to them on how they should evolve the game.
One of my majors brought this up to me, and so Ember's their fix is to ban. That's their fix on things. They think they can ban. They'll just ban them. They'll ban that player. They'll ban that account, and they'll take care of the issue, right? Like, the res dealers, we're going to ban them. Mm-hmm. That doesn't solve the issue. That doesn't solve the problem. That actually helps. For every res dealer Ember bans, the prices of res goes up. Pure and simple. It's a supply and demand. For them doing that, they're actually hurting themselves in the long run. Getting rid of the bots, there's so many ways they can do that without having to use, are you a mastermind? Are you this? Are you that? Listen, it's simple. If you're logged into your account for more than an hour, just are you there question. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You ain't got to reboot you. You ain't got to do anything. Are you there? Yes. Not are you a mastermind, a Simod mastermind, because that thing, it got me when I was hitting the IC tile. Like, excuse me, what? No. They need to remove what people are trying to get. So if they did the res packs like I talked about earlier, res dealers would die. They would just die off. They would have to play the game. $10 a bill is the going average rate right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm sure people get it cheaper. I'm sure people get it higher band because Ember's on this, hey, let me just take the word of this one player and go dig into this guy's account. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what you got. You got to catch people actually violating the rules of the game. They want to get rid of the res dealers? Simple. Sell the res the way I said to. You'll get rid of res dealers, pure and simple, because if I'm going to buy a 100 bill in res, right, and I can get it, and it's legit. I'm not going to get kicked. I'm not going to have to wait for planes. I'm not going to have to worry about somebody, anything. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have to worry about however they transfer the money or receipt or anything like that. Or I can get it for 900 and worry about all that. But again, it's sitting there, whereas I could do it in my city and just hit a button, like go to items and hit open and slide the slider. I'm going to buy that because it's safer, it's easier, it's quicker. Oh man, there's 30 minutes left in the event. Lousy just passed me by 2 bill. You know what, dude? 99, 99, 99, cool. Yeah, here's 12 million more Panzers. You know what I mean? I just passed him now. It'll cause people to buy. When people buy because their competitiveness, it goes up. Ember needs to focus on not banning, not changing the game up, not reinventing a new app. Their last app was a kitty cat matching jewel app. It was like Bubble Bust. They needed to stop all that. They need to stop trying to clone Empire Z and Dragonstone. I don't know if you know that or not, but they did. It's like Dragon Kingdoms or something. That's a really bad game. For the love of Jesus, get rid of Commanders. Whew, talk about a bad game. But they need to focus on EZ because EZ makes them the money. Like, yeah. EZ makes them the profit. Commanders players don't spend. Those packs are horrific. Horrific. And they're all former. The funny thing is the majority of Commanders players are all former EZ players that A, couldn't hack it, or B, couldn't spend it. If you couldn't spend it in EZ, where you're getting like 6 times the gold, 7 times the, I don't even know anymore, 7 times the gold, what do you think they're going to do in Commanders? Empire Z makes you the most money. Willing to bet that last ops, they made money. We scored 3 million points. We were buying packs upon packs upon packs. One of my guys had 400k ops points from human leader. That's packs. You know what I mean? They need to focus on the money because they want the money and we're trying to give it to them, but we don't want to give it to them because the product we have on our phone, our tablet, our computer, our PlayStation, I don't even know if it's on PlayStation, whatever we have isn't a refined, polished, it's all rough and raw around the edges. So this game's old. This game's old. Why do we still have lag issues? I don't know. Why do I still, when I try to teleport sometimes, it tells me that plot's occupied because I'm teleporting on myself.
Yeah.
Why does it? Why do I, when I hit somebody without their leaders in, my march will dance on top of their city like it's at their single file line going in through the gates, while their march goes out, hits somebody, and comes back, or that player ports out and my march will hit somebody else's march. They should be able to refine and set the game up. The leaders, the strength, the power, the troop levels. If I get zeroed tonight, right, which you never know, could happen, from 30 bill, you can bet some money I'm going to buy packs tomorrow to rebuild. You can bet money on that. They need to make it so that players can have a refined game to play. Not, if I dismiss too many human leaders too fast, it kicks me out of there. Or when the raid comes back with the items that it got, it logs out. It lags out whatever I'm doing. Why does the airport shift around? That blows my mind. Why does the infected leaders never stay in the same spot? They jump around like they're fighting. Why do we have silly? Why does one account, somebody's oil farm makes 7.2 mil oil an hour, and the same identical oil farm makes 7.195 an hour? The game's not standardized like that yet. Their work, it's like they get an idea, they work on it, and then they stop. So what they need to do is focus it back in. Ember wants to make the money. Ember sells the res. Pure and simple. They'll make a killing. They'll make more money off those res packs than they did off the legendary token leader packs.
Agreed.
Just because who doesn't want to just go bing bing bing? Hey, I got 400 mil each this weekend. Hey, I should go for this leader. Yeah, go for this leader. Okay, cool. Who can give me food? I can give you 10 bill. Cool. I can give you 20 bill. Awesome. I'm going to buy 20 bill oil, 20 bill metal. You know what I mean? Like, there you go. That's $400, Ember.
So I would actually buy. It's all done. You slide and then you get the resource and you build whenever you want to, and it's safer. You know, if somebody is staying in the bubble and they cannot buy from the resource dealer, so this is a great way. They would spend tons of money to get them resource and rebuild, or even to build something to get from some legendary leaders on the weekend events. Suggestion, but I mean the packs are still bad right now. It's what, $49.99 for less than a B or just over a B.
Yeah, it's less than $1 billion. I don't really look at it because I don't buy res.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even gonna look at that pack until it says, because there's other crap in it.
True.
Don't try to sell me something that I don't. I have 22 million gold. I can buy March boosts covered. I got 76,000 Z coins, and I'm pretty sure people in Rise, Road Warriors, Sakars, STD, Blitz. Some of them dudes and gals probably got like 300k Z coins. That you can buy the 15-minute March attacks,
yeah,
and the 15-minute defense boost. I don't need any of that crap. I don't need speed ups in it. I don't need teleports. I would really wish they would put a slider bar on the teleports, and on the helmets. If I want the res, I want the res. I want nothing else but the res. I want one big supply bundle, 10 bill oil, 10. You know what I mean? And then do it 10, 50, and 20. Break it down from there, and people will buy. The $20 one would sell dramatically because how many times you go to do a build and for some reason you do the math wrong just a little bit and you have 2 bill metal chilling. Nothing else but 2 bill metal sitting there, and you're like, oh man, I need to let me go grab the $50 oil pack, or you know what I mean, or $20 oil pack, $20 lumber pack. It helps do that. And for the $100 pack for the legendary leaders, I'm telling you, everybody in 29 that's a big that didn't get it, even if they already got it, they'd get it again. They sold the leader, and they sell the leader now.
Latest update when they did the packs, was that when they had this privacy updates that went out, like they asked for permission for some weird things? Did that happen during the release of packs?
Yeah, that happened right there in the release of the packs. The way the updates go, it always go Google first, then Apple, and then Amazon is like the last guy to find out. so when I was updating my Kindle, I saw that and I was like, wait, what is all this shenanigans right here? You know what I mean? And so I screenshotted it. But that's the thing. They're still hunting to get rid of they're still trying to cut the cancer out. You know what I mean? Instead of just getting rid of it. Just it'll die. It'll die naturally. You'll starve it to death because if the res prices are set that way, res dealers are going to have to dump their prices. You know what I mean? Because players are for the players that have a steady dealer, you know, they're going to want a hookup now. They're going to want a hookup. They're not going to want a $2 off a bill. They're going to want a $4 off a bill.
Yeah.
Maybe even a $5 off a bill. A res dealer isn't going to sell that amount of res for $5.
Definitely not.
They might as well give it away then. You know, like, might as well just give it away. So they're going to naturally get rid of it, but they don't see that. They see they're in the reactionary mode of you broke my bylaws. Well, instead of doing that, just be like, okay, you broke my bylaws, bro. Here, watch this. Now everybody's going to buy it from us because we got the better product. And you know what? People will sell the Sky on the weekend. Watch. I guarantee if they sold a Sky this Saturday coming up, the packs would go through the roof. Sell it at the $100 level, the packs would go through the roof. Because players like you, I don't know if you got a Sky, players like you who didn't get a ghost pool, you know what I mean? And I don't know if you got the Sky or didn't, you know, who didn't get a Sky, you now have that opportunity to get the leaders with the Baywatch, because if you've got Baywatch and you have, that thing hurts. Like that's not a little like, hey, pat you on the back kind of leader. That thing hurts. Like hurts bad. They sell the stop. So just sell the leader now. I don't care who you are. JJ has 3 freezes, right? He's hit some things with 2 or 3 Baywatches in there, and he's like, yeah, no, that's a 1-for-1 right now. So the Baywatch does what the Baywatch is intended to do. They sell it for $20. Okay, cool. Sell me the Frieza. Sell me the Alchemist. So, you know what I mean? Like one weekend. Not this weekend. If they don't want to do it next weekend. You know what I mean? Because I know it takes them a little while to do it. Do it like the 1st of August, the end of summer sale, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care what they name it. Sell it during ops, whatever. Every 4 hours, rotate through one of them legendary leaders. Watch. Packs would fly. Just fly. Because JJ may have 3 freezes, right? He can't get an Alchemist to save his life, but he can't get it. I got multiple Humongos, Bears and Nixes and Alchemists. I can't get a Frieza. I want one though. Other players out there that are just sitting back waiting, if they see the leader that they want, they'll buy it. Well, they buy one leader, they got to get the 2 progression cards. So it's twofold because they're going to get them no matter what. You might as well get the money and get it now so that when you change the leaders up in 2 months, because all they're doing is making the infected leaders 10 times stronger. You got that money. That money to put in their paychecks to buy a new beer cooler, whatever they buy it on, because Lord knows it's not bigger server space.
Agreed. That's actually great points. I mean, you're right. I did buy the human leader, the Baywatch, actually to strengthen my defense, because I work on my defense and I want to strengthen. I bought 4 of them. So you're right. If I don't have it, if they put it on a sale, I'll spend money. I'll buy it.
Yeah, and you're not like an addict. Like I call us bigs, we're addicts. I don't care what anybody says. We're addicts. We're addicted to the game. From the biggest player in the game, Storm, to Bob and Looney and Tommy Guns, to Toyota, to Callan, to Kimiko, to I don't really know many people from Blitz. Scott, Scully, Kong, to AMOD, to My Alliance, to STD with Sammy and Frank and John and all them. And everybody I've missed in between, we're all at it, all spend. We have to, so we will do whatever it takes. Oh, I got to spend $1,500? All right, I hope Apple doesn't block me because I'm spending $1,500 in one shot. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they don't block me because I'm hitting the button too fast. Or I'm going to buy the Amazon average spender. I might buy a pack a month, maybe 2 if I'm crazy. You're telling me right now, if you had the chance to get 2 freezes for $200, you wouldn't buy it, and you're telling me you wouldn't get them to 30? You can't lie to me. You know you would. You'd be like, all right, so if I buy this freezer, I'll buy the 2 freezes. All right, that's 200. I can get the 2 promotion cards. All right, and then 2 weeks from now when I get paid again, I'll get the other 2 promotion cards. Or
Exactly.
I'll get an Alchemist and a promotion card. That's what happens when, that's how you get the spending to move. Like, you get the spending to go and go, because the bigs are going to get it. We're going to get it no matter what. Just because I don't have a freezer this week doesn't mean I haven't bought 5 packs again and just waiting to open the tokens to see if I got another one. You know, and it doesn't mean I don't have the progression cards already sitting there. I'm waiting. The bigs are going to get it no matter what. It's the medium to littles that you want spending. You want spending. You want that player that doesn't ever spend, that bought the $20 Baywatch, and then waited another week and bought another $20 Baywatch, to go, they got a Frieza at 100? Okay, I'm buying it. Oh man, I gotta get my pack up all the way. Let me buy this, then this. They'll do that. So they need to see that, because then the onus is back on them to come out with new leaders again. Not to do the natural, 1 week we have a new leader, then we have a set of horrible leaders like this weekend. Then I don't even know where the slasher was. You figure it would have come out on Friday the 13th, but it didn't. It'll probably be next weekend coming up, and then Ops should be the weekend after that. You know what I mean? We're in this cycle. Break the cycle up, man. You wanted some money? Sell it on an odd weekend. I'm telling you, Pax, people would be tripping over themselves to get to it.
Any final thoughts before we end?
Yes, I actually have one final thought. Sorry. In this game, everybody's obsessed with power. Power. It's not how the game works. Power is here to there. You can put 100... I don't know if your account's zeroed now. You could bring me your account zeroed out. At core, put it in my alliance, and I can make you a 4 to 5 bill player in a couple months. I give you the ability to get the leaders. You can be, and I'm not even one of the best I see hitting alliances out there. All right, you can be 9 bill and come to my alliance, and I can add your power, but you're not loyal. Everybody recruits off power these days. I don't care about power. You shouldn't care about power. Loyalty is the only thing that matters. Mm-hmm. I took in the elites. Okay, I don't know if you know who they are. They were kicked out of 30, right? Like, you gutted their alliance. MPO led the charge on that, right? Made a lot of them quit. I took in like their general, their co-gen, and a couple others. They're now they've never been this big before in their life. Like, they've never been 4, 5, 6 bill, getting leaders like they're not, and they're loyal. The players that you started your alliance with, they come, they go, they stick around. You got a solid core. The new players you get in, everybody recruits for power. They recruit the runners. If they ran from one alliance, they're going to run from another alliance. It's the way it works. It is. Some players don't like to fight. They don't want to fight. They don't want to be when the chips are down. So my thing is, if you're a general and you're listening to this, stop recruiting runners. Stop recruiting for power. Recruit loyalty. Because you'd rather have a loyal person that's going to be there to the end, to the last troop falls on the other side or with you, than the guy that's 20 bill, and the minute that first time he gets hit, he puts a perma bubble on, and then the try and tell excuse, my grandmother died, my car got broken into, my dog ran away. You know what I mean? The normal excuses that come up in ease. I swear, there's more grandmothers that have died in this game than ever. But they do that. There's alliances in my region that do it all the time. They recruit out of power because they're obsessed with power and an IC number, which doesn't mean anything. They're just obsessed with it. So they keep recruiting, and then they act surprised when the people leave 5 months down the road. Like, well, I didn't see that coming. Well, I saw that coming. We all saw that coming. Stop. Like, you were with Rampage, though, right?
Yep.
Good old Doc Brown. Love him or hate him. He will get his point across no matter what. He's loyal to his players.
Yep.
Granted, sometimes his plans make no they'll stick together. They're not going to run the minute the flames get turned on.
True.
You know what I mean? They'll stick it through. That's what people forget to do. If you've merged 4 or 5 times with other groups and you failed, then that general's the problem. If you've taken in massive groups and they've left again, then just shut it down. Go join your other alliance. You know what I mean? You're just wasting time. You're literally wasting time. So recruit. If you're going to recruit the zero players. Recruit the players that are still hungry, that have been playing the game for forever, that have built back. Not the guys that just bought an account or bought somebody else's account that doesn't know what they're doing. Recruit the zero players. And in closing point, in this game, everybody talks a big game. Oh, I got my bigs in another region, my massive. Listen, do what your power is capable of doing.
Yeah.
If you're not capable of 0 and a 10 bill, don't act like it. Just continue. Let the big players do what the big players do, because 9 out of 10 times, they let the little players do what the little players do. I personally don't run around looking for 100, 200, 300 mil players to 0 unless they've done something. You know what I mean? Like they've woken me up for no apparent reason at 2 in the morning. Players in this game are just like, I'm going to get hit because I'm a cap. I build more troops because I have no hospitals faster than they heal troops. So you're literally you're in that hamster wheel going in a circle as I'm just packing on power. Because 0 and use nothing. You know what I mean? Like, people need to adapt, and that's all.
It was definitely some good topics that we discussed, and great tip at the end, because it's again the loyalty that's hard to get by these days. I mean, people are moving alliances and they want to do, and you're right. So recruiting loyalty is the key for the generals, and hope people will learn soon. Ember will improve the packs, in my opinion. I think that they're just testing the market. Hopefully the resource packs is what I'm looking forward to, and as I mentioned, even an average buyer like me would buy. I can imagine that the addicts would actually buy like tons and tons of resource, and I hope Ember will change that soon for us. Thanks a lot, Dorf, and you have a great rest of the day.
You too, brother. Talk to you.